Oh yeah, Dane probably went to bed early or something, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll start the same as last time. So I'll introduce myself, and then you guys can introduce yourselves. Um, but yeah, this is Tom Chats. I'm TheChuw, and with me I got
Your boy Kel.
Your boy Yay.
I guess what should we start off with? Some football.
Yeah, that's the topic of the chat.
Okay.
I'm just relieved, bro. I don't gotta hear the three for the next off season.
Oh god.
I agree. I'm pretty glad they lost that too. They had me worried there for a bit, but dude, they did so shit.
Yeah,
that's because the rest weren't on their side, bro. Like,
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I think they just play like doo doo. And they're down. What was it?
24.
They were down by a lot by third quarter. I knew it was over. And I'm like, okay, maybe the refs might start looking out for them, like close to the end of third, beginning of fourth. But nah, they were paid money.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like, somehow the refs were gonna help them out, but I was like, dude, if they help them make a comeback like that, deficit, that would have been deep.
It's definitely, everyone be like, yeah, it's definitely rigged. How can you blow a lead like that?
Yeah. Or another thing, I just feel like, everybody's been talking about how rigged it is lately. Like, they were like, okay, fine. So they just kind of actually let the game play out. Because, dude, the Chiefs are not that good. So I just feel like, they would have. I'm not saying they would have got blown out, but.
Dude, watch. You're getting ready to hear all the excuses that people are going to make on why they didn't win. And the excuse I was hearing earlier is because Patrick Mahomes' grandpa is in hospice getting ready to die. He hasn't slept in days.
Yeah, I just seen that. And he's, watching his grandson play.
You know something crazy? I don't care.
Yeah, me neither, bro. Like, they weren't talking about that like 2 weeks before the Super Bowl happened. Like, all of a sudden it just came up.
Yeah, it's weird. People are gonna say he's literally off his A game because of that. If I was his grandpa, my last words would be after hearing that he lost the Super Bowl. Nigga, you fucking suck, and then I want the fucking shit to just go boom.
That's wild, bro.
Hey, I can't help how I feel.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I'm glad they lost. Sucks I live here in Kansas because I still have to hear about it. But I'm even comparing him to Tom Brady any fucking more.
Yeah. He threw what? Three interceptions, I think, and he got sacked like 6 times.
And he threw a pick 6 too.
Yeah.
To the rookie Cooper DeJean.
Yep.
Which is insane.
He could have had another pick 6, but they threw a flag for offsides.
Oh yeah, I seen that. That was closer towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy was getting open at the end, but it was too late to be cooking up like that.
Bro, they only threw it to like DeAndre. They only threw it to D-Hop. Like
D-Hop twice.
Yeah, which is
he had 2 targets.
Yeah, I mean he got a touchdown on one of them, but I'm like, bro, y'all have the best receiver in the fucking league, and you only threw to him twice.
Oh no. At the beginning, I did notice he was hitting Juju quite a lot. But Juju, he's not that guy anymore. He hasn't been that guy since he left the Steelers.
Yep. Same with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. They all like wasn't the same after they left the Steelers.
Yeah. After Antonio Brown left the Steelers, that motherfucker just went crazy.
Yeah.
I thought Le'Veon Bell just didn't care because he wanted to pursue his rap career, and I've yet to hear a fucking Le'Veon Bell song any day of my life.
You don't know he was dropping the
But it's just like, I don't even think his goal was to like blow up off I mean, he doesn't have to blow up off music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He already has made his money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
But I can say I don't see either of these teams going to the fucking Super Bowl next year.
Either one of them?
I hope not, bro. I hope it's a whole
I don't want to see that again, bro. I don't want to see it again. This is their second time playing each other. This is basically just a fucking rematch. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Jalen Hurts at all. He's not my top 5 at all.
I think Jalen Hurts is a funny guy.
That's what y'all wanted, right?
Yeah.
I want to see either the Vikings and Lions or the Ravens and Bills on either side.
Oh my god. That'd be fucking good. I think we're going to the Super Bowl next year. I ain't gonna hold you.
We'll see.
I'm a Bills fan, man.
You're a Bills fan? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I think next year is the year we finally do it. Beat Patrick Mahomes. Because everyone's like, oh, we're gonna get this. I think we're gonna get this 3-peat. Then we're gonna chill out for a little while. Just shut the fuck up.
No, fair.
Yeah. Ravens and Bills AFC would be fire, and then the Vikings and Lions NFC would be fire.
Yeah. But you gotta think about it. What's gonna happen? Because now the season's over. You gotta think about who's gonna be traded, who's becoming free agents this year. What the fuck? Because, you know, bro, it's always a team who does something extravagant or someone requests a trade out of a fucking team. Yeah. I know KC, because Tyreek Hill wants out of Miami. I know KC would definitely get that nigga a job again, for sure. If he wanted it. But I don't think, honestly, the Kansas City they just don't have a set team. They don't have a set team. And it's just, we only hear about 2 fucking people, or 3. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and fucking Chris Jones.
Yes.
Shit it doesn't get exciting after a while, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really see the torch passed on to someone else. Or see someone else with the torch in their hand.
It's kind of like this LeBron thing. No matter where he goes.
Yeah, go ahead.
No matter where he goes, he's always like
They'll be the top of the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree. Like, I feel like
that's not a crazy take. I honestly agree with that.
I do feel like it is nice when there's always different teams in there in the Super Bowl and stuff like that. But Yeah, I don't know. I look-y see the Chiefs or the Eagles going again, and then I do.
What, again next year?
Yeah. So
The same two teams going back to the NFL, to the Super Bowl next year.
Nah. I don't see them going against each other. Actually, okay.
I don't see the Chiefs in the
Crazy
Super
prediction.
Bowl at
Let me
all.
give you a crazy prediction before the next season is even
Before it gets
around.
heated.
Before it even comes around, I got a prediction for the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Eagles versus the Ravens next year.
We'll see.
That's not crazy.
Because, in my opinion, I feel like, but you can't say the Eagles aren't one of the best teams in the NFL. Like, tell me a year where they've been just completely trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they haven't made the playoffs. You know, they've been making the playoffs and they've made the close to the Super Bowl. Maybe the what the hell do you call it? Not the. They usually lose in the second round. You know, of the playoffs. I would say that, but I mean they're always pretty dominant. And this year they got Shaquille Barkley, and he had a rushing record, which is pretty insane.
Yeah. He definitely wasn't. Without the fucking. Well, I feel like broke the record, which is really good. I feel like Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Well, I feel like the Eagles, period. Their goal was to keep the ball on the ground most of the year too. Then Jalen Hurts got hurt, and he came back, throwing less than 200 yards a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But definitely made a name for themselves today. Saquon Barkley, he didn't even have from the game. He didn't even have like a crazy breakout run, and his projected yards were like 110, and I took the under on it. I don't even know how many yards he finished with, honestly.
That one because I don't even think he got nowhere close to that. I think he hit like 100 yards, maybe.
No, I bet the under on that.
No, I know, but what was it? It was like
110.
Yeah, and I don't think he even got that.
No, I don't think so. I'll check the stats real quick from this game.
So
Yeah, they held him back.
he had 25 carries with 57 yards. So yeah, man, I don't think, which I figured. I want to say the Chiefs do have some good run defense, probably one of the better run defenses in the league. You know, but I did kind of figure they weren't going to rush all over them like that. And then
They tried to.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, as you can see, KC was kind of expecting the run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Obviously, everyone knows about the tush push.
Hold on. Okay, I got something to say. Okay, one thing to bring up, something that y'all was talking about a little bit ago, the Isaiah Pacheco. That boy hit 7 yards.
Yeah, his projection, he wasn't even expected to get a yard yesterday. So all his yards were like at plus something.
Yeah. I figured he wasn't going to go crazy, though, just because they do have Kareem Hunt, and
he didn't even get a tutty, bro.
He only had 7 yards. And
you said what?
9.
What?
Pacheco only had 7 yards, and then Kareem Hunt had 9. So they both didn't really even touch the ball that much. Patrick Mahomes had more rushing yards than both of them. He had 25.
Yeah, I had his rushing yards at like 24. I tweaked it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They did go crazy passing, though. Like, God, I still can't believe they had DeAndre Hopkins and they only threw it to him 2 times. 2 times. He needs 2 catches for 18 yards with 1 touchdown. I mean, solid fucking stat. But it's just kind of funny to me, It's just kind of hilarious.
That's because Eagles D line kept freaking sacking Mahomes and making him incomplete passes.
Yeah.
Pressure on him.
Dude, yeah, they were going crazy. Like,
I think even Travis Kelce only had 2 catches. Dude was not active.
yeah, he had 4 catches with 39 yards. But yeah, still, dude, maybe was Taylor Swift at the game? We gotta look.
Yeah, she was quiet. She was
Let's
not
not talk about the bitch.
Well, this is important. Yeah, because she's there. Travis Kelce usually goes crazy.
That's just some shit that fucking social media came up with. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
She ain't feeling 22 no more.
You right.
Her and Travis Kelce with their fake ass relationship.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck him too.
But yeah, this coming up towards the Super Bowl, everybody's been talking about how the game is rigged. The game is rigged. All the sports, yada yada. Then the Luka trade happened. So I've been kind of looking into some stuff, been deep diving on some stuff. Bro, I didn't know for the longest time that Mark Cuban sold
most of his shares in the Mavericks.
Yeah, on God. He owns, what did he say? I think he owns 29% of the team now, right? So he's like a small shareholder.
Has a small share, but that's still pretty big.
Yeah, and the people he sold the team to, let me look them up. They are people that are trying to get casinos and hotels in Dallas, right? So it's just so interesting finding out that it's just so interesting though, because now it kind of makes sense why they traded Luka. I mean, they didn't have to bash him, in my opinion. I feel like it's crazy that they did that.
Bash who?
They bashed Luka Doncic, saying he was fat, he was out of shape, and he's not really that good of a player. And they were picking for the long term, yada yada. But really, it kind of makes sense because since they traded him, that just means he can't get that max contract or whatever. The 400 mil. That 400 mil.
$345 million.
And that it's just, to me, it kind of makes sense. They're just not trying to make that kind of deal with him because they're trying to get as much money as they can. And I mean, that kind of sucks though, because it just kind of shows bro, these people that own the teams, I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of money moves in a weird way. I mean, I feel like even some of the other trades that have been going on have been a bit on the iffy side, unreasonable. But that one by far is the worst fucking trade of all time.
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, the way that the Lakers are set up right now, with, even, I don't even know how to put it. AE was the defensive guy on the Lakers. And of course you got LeBron, but he's just stat padding at this point, you feel me? That's it. He's 500 points away from reaching 50,000 or some shit like that.
50,000. Let me look because I want to find out how close he is to it.
Like 500 points, 500 some points. From reaching 50,000 points.
And now he got another teammate who's a stat powder too.
Yeah, that's insane.
Terrible on fucking defense.
I don't think he's terrible, but he is lazy on
defense. What?
I don't think he's terrible on defense.
Like when have you ever seen Luka just lock people down?
He's
just like a. Don't say that,
dude. I think he's got good defense, but I do agree. Like he gets lazy. You know, like
he's just 6'8".
Because remember that year when everybody was like, James Harden's so nasty on defense because he was like leading in steals and stuff with his while also leading in turnovers. Like it's the same.
No motherfucker that's terrible at defense. Both of them fucking suck. They're just guys who can score, give you 30 on a great night. 30, 40 points on a great.
Yeah. Okay, so he's at 1,364 points from 50,000, which I feel like he could do that this season.
Yeah.
I think he's really going to push for it. I low-key feel like this might be his last season, on the low-key.
Or he might reach that 50,000 and then retire.
That's kind of what I'm assuming. I kind of feel like he's going to really play.
If he don't reach it this season.
I feel like he's going to play.
But it's doable. It's doable.
Honestly, bro, to me, I think the longevity means nothing if you play 22 years and only got 4 rings. I feel like that's dookie, bro. 22 years and only 4 rings, bro.
I get that. In my opinion, I don't think it really matters about the rings, but I do feel like he's hurt.
It should, though. I mean, you gotta be held accountable at some point.
He's trying to catch Kobe.
I mean, Chris Paul has been in the league just as long as LeBron, and that motherfucker has 0 rings.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing that I feel like is kind of iffy about it is like, he's breaking all these records, and yeah, he's just in the league forever, and I feel like hopefully this never happens again, like where somebody's he's only achieving these records because he's been in the league so long.
For that long. Yeah, that's true.
Like, because if he does the 50,000 points, he'd be the first person to do that, right?
Yeah.
So, and I really feel like that's never going to happen because, like, we've seen Vince Carter. Vince Carter, he was breaking down. It was crazy that he played as long as he did because he played, 22 seasons, right?
Yeah, 22.
He was a goddamn old man. LeBron is a different fucking guy, I will say that, Like, he doesn't seem like he's out of shape or anything, Because he says he spends $2 million a year on his body. Whatever the case. So, yeah, I do kind of feel like this just hurts people that are trying to actually be great after this, because you're never gonna break any of these records unless you play 25 plus years now.
Yeah, and the way these load management players are, it's never gonna be broken.
Yeah. So like,
because there ain't a person close to that many amount of points. I don't think.
No, I agree.
I don't know how many players in the league right now. I have like 30, 40,000 points or 30,000 points. You know what I mean?
But
KD is the closest one, but he's probably not even gonna pass Karl Malone on points.
Oh yeah, I doubt it.
Who, Kevin?
KD? I don't even think he's gonna pass Karl Malone. And he's the closest one right now.
He might. I think he will.
We'll see how his longevity is, because...
Yeah. Nah, yeah. Another thing
he's a fragile guy.
Yeah. Another thing, too, though, like, I just feel like, too, like, yeah, with all that, like, LeBron's going to hit this 50,000 points, right? I think he'll hit it this year, like, by the end of the season. Because, they're still halfway through the season, I believe. Or they're still...
That's kind of still... That's a little bit. over halfway, probably like 40 games.
Yeah, so like after he breaks this record, right, he's gonna be considered the NBA's new greatest player of all time. I'm assuming, I'm assuming people are gonna go for that. And yeah, it'll definitely seem like it's impossible because of the load management shit. Yeah, because like these guys don't play as many minutes, and they really do find ways to act injured. So it's going to be a long time before anybody's ever considered better than LeBron. And watch, when he retires, there's going to be no more LeBron haters, bro. There's going to just be like, bro, LeBron is the best fucking player of all time. Like, who else is scoring 50,000 points? Like, I feel like this is going to be really...
The long fucking longevity.
Yeah.
And I think fucking Michael Jordan, what did he play? Not even half. How many years did he play? Was it 12, 13?
12
I think he played 14 seasons.
14 seasons with 32,000 points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I feel like that's reasonable,
And he played 2 years in baseball in the middle of his career. So he missed out on those 2 years that he could have got at least 3,000 points per season.
Yeah.
Nah,
so he could have had 38,000 if he didn't miss those 2 years.
Dude, see, like, I feel like he, in my opinion, Jordan is probably still the best player other than Wilt Chamberlain, which, I got another thing on that, but, bro, yeah, he did it in 15 seasons with 6 championships, like, I feel like that's still really impressive, LeBron.
And he went to college, too.
Yeah, and I just feel like, LeBron is really going to, people are really going to consider LeBron the best now.
We're just going to dick suck him after he retires.
Yeah, and I kind of don't feel like he deserves it.
I mean, his fan base,
but he doesn't.
Now is already fucking annoying.
Because he just played the long game stat patter, because he knew he wasn't going to be able to get the accolades. So,
yeah, he's just doing shit that he's just making stats that is not going to be broken. And he's going to hold that for a long fucking time.
Yeah, he's doing what Tom Brady was doing. Like how they were he was breaking all these crazy records at the end because obviously
breaking all those fucking
doing shit nobody else was doing.
Yeah.
So this is the same thing.
But Tom Brady was winning Super Bowls.
He was winning,
Yeah, we'll say that. It was just like they were making new records for him, like I can't remember what one of them was. Something fucking goofy though. But yeah, and another thing, like, okay, so I was starting to think about this, but why do you think people don't consider Wilt Chamberlain or one of those other guys to be the greatest players of all time, considering their stats and stuff like that?
I think it's the lack of
people have footage. I feel like people take one. They either go with 2 options. One is stats, and 2 is championship. When we want to talk about rings, we can bring fucking Bill Russell into the chat. You know what I mean? Or does he have like 7 or something? 7, 8, something like that. 7.
He has
11.
Yeah, in 13 seasons.
See what I'm saying?
See, that's what I'm talking about, though. Like, how come they don't consider either Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain one of the greatest? Like, people never talk about those people. But
not anymore, because I think today's generation of people who watch sports
don't know ball.
Got to see more of LeBron than they did Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. I mean, bro, they were paying those niggas back then fucking less than $1 million.
Right, those motherfuckers $10 and tickets to the
game. I got $10 in a Twinkie for you. Niggas will sign a deal. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
And Wilt Chamberlain only has like a 30-second highlight footage and one picture of him holding a 100-point
Yeah,
index
dude.
card.
Yeah, man. To tell you the truth,
Still don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't know how I believe
Yeah.
it either. Like, it
That's
was
what I'm
They gotta
saying. The
bring
lack
out
of
the
footage
film.
is another reason.
Yeah, and which is crazy too, because they were filming shit at that time. Like, I hate to say it, but like, I'm pretty sure a majority of the NFL was filmed, and they had basketball games that would get filmed. But another thing that you can debate, why they consider these guys not so great is because of the players they would play. But I really feel like, okay, yeah, like they were playing plumbers, right? They were all playing a bunch of dudes that just got off work and they can go play some basketball, right? But
Yeah.
in my opinion, I just feel like there's a lot more guys at that time that were like, I really don't give a fuck about this. So I feel like they were really like brutal and shit like that. Like I feel like they were kind of playing some crazy motherfuckers. But with that being said, 100 points in a game is pretty insane. I don't think I would ever tell somebody like that did that to me.
Yeah.
Never. And another thing that's crazy about it, you've never heard of anyone on the other fucking team say that whatever fucking team he played, I've never heard anyone from that team like, oh, that game where Wilt scored 100 on us, just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I witnessed that. Like, my buddy Bob, who was guarding him, was fucking getting crazy work.
Yeah.
By
Or the audience
Timberlake.
that was at the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ain't none of those motherfuckers around. This
Yeah.
nigga scored 100 points in a pickup game.
And it was in
Black and white.
Well, yeah, it was in black and white, but I'm trying to see who they played. I think he played. Okay, so he played on the Warriors, and I think they were playing the Knicks. So
Yeah, that would be like
that's
big time news, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that would have been.
People still talk about it today.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a big game. So. It says here he scored 23 points in the first quarter, 41 by half. Then he scored another 28 in the third. Fans chanted to "Give it to Will, give it to Will," and then Chamberlain scored his 100 points with 46 seconds left in the game. So, I mean, there's people talking about it, but there is really no pictures. There's no, like...
Mm-hmm. It's the same goes with baseball, with Babe Ruth. Like,
I feel like
a lot of people now do not... A lot of people now do not believe that this out-of-shape old dude was hitting 700 homers.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Yeah, so... kind of the same.
I feel like since he was a motherfucker that had made baseball a little bit of money back then, they tweaked his numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
That could be
his name was profitable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion, what I think they should do, because...
Was he a pitcher?
He was a pitcher and a hitter. Supposedly... I don't know if he has the way what body is right now, but
yeah,
he was kind of the same.
Interesting.
Yeah, the shit that these pitchers throw nowadays, that motherfucker wouldn't have 20 home runs in a season.
Nah, bro.
Motherfucker's throwing like a 90-mile-an-hour curveball. Ain't nobody expecting that shit.
I think they would think they were doing witchcraft if somebody from that time played somebody now.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, like, I really feel like for sports, like, because, they change rules every so often, and, like, it seems like they're trying to make the sport safer, whatever the bullshit is that they're complaining about. I really feel like they should start separating, like, the the records. You know, like in a way, they should have a new.
Well, so what you're saying is they should do. What if they did about like the decade?
That's what I'm saying. But hold on, like, okay, because like, yeah, every era, every decade or so, I don't know if you could say a decade either, because well, it depends on.
I'll say half a century.
Yeah, like a century or so, half a century
Half a
maybe,
century.
because like they really change so much. Like they'll add or change so many rules, and then it's like not really the same game, and the quality of the players after so many, decades and stuff like that. Like I feel like even that changes because, like, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain was playing plumbers, and then nowadays, Kyrie. There's 35 Kyries in the NBA. There's 15 Steph Currys in the NBA. Like, everybody is MVP caliber now compared to what they used to be, So you can't even compare the stats to the same thing, I feel like. I mean, who's to say, I guess, but, like, I really feel like that's a thing. And especially in the NFL because, like, for instance, one thing that I feel like has gone away, because in my opinion, I have not seen... I know there were a couple kick returns, but I haven't seen one. And one of the greatest kick returners of all time was the what's his name on the Bears?
Devin Hester.
Yeah, Devin Hester. Like I feel like that record will never be broken. And like before they changed this kicking rule, I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be so easy for somebody to return a kick or like. But really, I don't think that's even a thing anymore. But if, like, let's say the receiving record, right? Like, Cooper Kupp has broken that shit, like, 3 times in a row now, I think. Because they've added an extra game every season these last 3 years, right? So, of course, he's going to break that record that many times. But at that point...
What is the record?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At that point, I feel like it's not even the same record. Like, I feel like he's setting a new record because it's a new...
What is it?
I think he had 2,000 receiving yards 3 years in a row. I'll look it up. But, see, like, I just feel like, especially in the NFL, I feel like they change shit so much, So it's like... They shouldn't even be the same records anymore, Like, they're really making their own records at this point.
Type shit.
You have to wait and see when we're 50 years old, and we'll see where sports is at.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Might be 20 games a season by the time we're 40.
Good God.
25, 30.
So crazy, bro. Like, I don't think they need to add all these games. One, because they get constantly hurt. Like, like, I feel like it's... I can't tell you why they get hurt so much. I really feel like these guys bullshit. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't they... From what I hear...
I understand, bro.
And stuff, they don't practice every day. They practice like 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I understand that the turf and stuff like that is a factor.
No, football is a dangerous sport to begin with.
Oh yeah.
Like your head is always clashing up against something all the time, whether that's blocking, getting tackled, doing the tackling. I feel like that's where damage and shit comes from. You got guys tackling you, a 300-pound guy that's tackling you, landing on your fucking leg the wrong way. It's super easy to get hurt playing football.
Yeah, in my opinion, well, I need to stop saying that, but I do feel like they've made it. Yes, they want to make it safer, but sometimes I kind of feel like as they're trying to make it safer, it's gotten more dangerous. Like, for the tackling, like these last couple seasons, people have not known how to fucking tackle, I feel like, because they change how it, you got to hit inside the baseball box, which whoever put baseball into the NFL is an idiot. And
You said what?
that's the new tackling rule. When you're going heads up with somebody, you're supposed to tackle them inside the baseball box. So it's like under
What the
shoulder
fuck does that
pads.
even
I'm
mean?
telling you,
Like the
under the
strike
shoulder.
zone.
Yeah, under the shoulder pads, above the knees.
Yeah. So strike zone basically.
And then
But
you
they
can't tackle them from
never
behind.
happens that way.
Yeah, it's impossible to hit somebody like that. It's impossible not to helmet
As
tackle.
soon as you put your head down, a motherfucker might hurdle you backwards, you know.
It's impossible not to helmet in a tackle in the NFL. You know, like I don't care what nobody says.
Well, helmet to helmet is a little bit different.
I think what they consider it is ridiculous because what I'm saying is true. Like, okay, you hit somebody in their chest, right? You're gonna slip up and hit their helmet. You know, like even if it's unintentional, you know but that would be considered helmet to helmet in the NFL, which I think is crazy. Like, there's no way really to not hit somebody and kind of get your guys' helmets to, you know, connect. You know, like unless you go low, like at their legs, but you can't go lower than their knees. You know, so it's like. I do really feel like they made it such an offensive-minded game. It's hard to play defense, but surprisingly, people are getting around that. Because, you know, I was saying before this season even started, like, bro, people aren't even going to be able to tackle anybody. If anybody gets on a streak, it's an automatic touchdown. Because, you know, they changed that rule where you can't tackle them from behind. I thought that was a crazy one, but they've gotten good things to come out of that. You know, I feel like not too many crazy calls come out of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the commissioner should watch The Longest Yard and get some ideas of the rules there.
The Longest Yard. That's a good movie. Dude, I don't know.
That actually is a pretty good movie.
I hope. How do you guys feel about the new kicking rule, though? Like, how do you feel?
That shit looks fucking stupid.
I don't understand it. You know, like, yeah, like, the Chiefs did an onside.
You can't take off running until until someone catches the ball or some shit. It's a zone.
I think so, yeah. Like, yeah, you can't.
Onside kicks are a lot different.
Yeah, they're not even the same thing. Like, you just still kick it in their area, and you just have to hope nobody picks it up, I guess. Which I think is crazy.
Not only that, the players are not positioned like the old formation when they kick off. Yeah. They're all lined up on the same line. They're not spread out.
Yeah, so they aren't running like full speed at each other, stuff like that, which is insane.
Should get critical.
But yeah, I don't know. I am pretty surprised how much the NFL has changed over these years. You know, not to sound too much like an old head, but it's not the game I love.
Not to see why.
This ain't the game that I fell in love with. Nah, I don't even.
You guys remember the human joystick?
Yeah. He used to play with Bears too. Yeah.
That dude was fun to watch on kickoff returns.
Yeah, I agree. Kickoffs used to be somewhat interesting, you know, because like if somebody broke off for a kick return, it used to be the most like hyped
entertaining thing to watch.
Yeah, like, and it would always be so crazy when somebody would get a kickoff, like, you know, guys would get kickoffs like first kickoff of the game or like start of the half or something, and that would really get the team fired up. I feel like, you know, like now I feel like that's not a factor you have to worry about as much. I mean, I'll have to look it up if there's any kick return touchdowns this year. I really don't know how many there were. I mean, there had to be a couple, I'm sure.
There's a couple.
I'm going to say less than 10, though.
I'd say less than 5.
I'm going to go with 6. And somebody pull up those numbers, please?
I'm looking right now.
Now.
2024 is the year of our Lord and Savior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have we done it? Kickoff. 7 touchdowns. Fuck.
What'd I say?
You were just right under it. You were 6. I had 5. Okay, interesting. But yeah.
Doo-doo.
Yeah. See, that's just not a lot. But I do somewhat respect them trying to make the kick return safer. You know, like, I feel like guys used to get killed on kick returns. You know, like I just remember guys getting fucking destroyed on kick returns. And it wouldn't even be the guy running the ball. It'd always be some dude, like, you know, blocking or something, just get nailed. I mean, sometimes, yeah, it would be the ball carrier, but it'd be like a blocker knocking some fucking dude out, you know, pancaking somebody or whatever the heck, you know, so.
Hey guys, I got a little hot take.
Go ahead.
Kick returns. You guys ever notice? I'm sure you guys do, but there's a kick distance difference between kick returns and like making a field goal, right?
Yeah.
You know, kick returns, these dudes like kick the ball and it goes all the way past the end zone and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when they try to do a field goal, yeah. And then when they try to kick a field goal, it's harder to kick it further. But imagine, what do you guys think if they allowed the kicker to run up and make a field goal just the same way he kicks off, you know? Just so they can make like a 65-yard field goal or some shit.
That would be kind of cool for real. Like, how much do you think it should count for points if they allowed something like that? 4.
Yeah, just an extra point, you know?
And 1 extra point.
I respect.
But it'll be basically like a deep 3, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd respect like 1 or 2 extra points. You know, like you got like 1 or 2 points off it. That'd be cool. I think it would be interesting, but I just know like everybody would be doing that shit. Like, you know, like I feel like nobody would really just kick it regular. You know.
Yeah, but it would be different because, you know, like, once it hits, like, 62 yards, it's kind of hard to kick that, like, just a regular field goal.
What do they kick now? Is it?
I think the record is 62 yards.
60-something.
I mean, I'm sure. I think somebody would nail that. You know, like, I mean, I've seen Justin Tucker basically hit that a couple times, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen guys hit that, you know, they'll hit the post, so. And
imagine a 70-yard field goal, bro.
Yeah, which would be insane. I do feel like guys would hit that, especially now, like, kickers are really good. It would be interesting, you know, it would be kind of cool.
What the fuck am I playing? I got like 1 point. Shit.
You playing game?
Mm-hmm. Playing game, talking, listening to you guys. I'm just playing poker. Mm-hmm.
You don't play COD no more?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure me and Rick some COD later on.
Yeah, I played some zombies this morning, and dude, I was actually having some fun on it. I was trying to get done with that little Terminator
Battle Pass?
Yeah, the Battle Pass thing. I don't really get it though. I don't get like what my. I mean, I get that they're not giving you the skulls out as much. You know, I've kind of noticed that, but so far it's not that interesting, dude. And then I'm kind of like, I don't know if I told you, but like, so I spent my coins and I bought a pack, right? And I like the pack that I got and stuff like that. Then the next day, the Terminator one dropped. I'm at 1,500 coins, and then the pack is $30. And now I'm contemplating if I want to buy that or not. But I think I'm gonna wait. So I'm gonna wait till I complete the battle pass. Then I'm probably gonna pay for that if I don't get the coins for like whatever I'm left off from. I'll probably end up buying the Terminator skin.
But what pack did you get?
I got the. It's called like I Dead, something like that. I can't remember. It's a Weaver skin. It's like a zombie themed pack. I feel like it's a cool one. I know it's one of the earlier ones that have came out though. So like, I just know. I just knew it's been out. But I really feel like they haven't been dropping no fire like things, And I've seen this thing that they're talking about. I guess they've been talking about how they're not going to be worrying as much on like skins they're going to drop right now for this season. They're going to work a lot on, like the bugs and stuff. I mean, we'll see how true that is. But if they're saying they're not going to drop no fucking Brawny skin, I think I'm out, dog. No, just kidding.
I'm fucking dead.
I think I'm taking my talents to South Beach.
No, Brawny skin is wicked.
There's a lot of things they need to do.
They need to give us what we fucking want. I care less for the Devin Booker fucking skin. Last COD Warzone.
Yeah. They even had a KD skin too.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg skin, overrated as fuck, but we don't give a fuck about him.
I think they even had a. What's the name? Was it Quavo? No, not Quavo.